Welcome back to our channel. You probably know the famous story of the giant Goliath, the scary giant from Philistia. He's the most well-known giant mentioned in the sacred scriptures. But did you know there are some interesting facts and details about his life and his giant family that not many people know? In this video, we're going to dive deep into the history and background of each of Goliath's brothers. These 5 giants are related by blood, and we'll explore their origins. This is the second part of the series that we made because you asked for it, all about the giants of the Bible. So please show your support by liking this video, leaving a comment, and sharing it with your friends, family, and anyone else who's interested in this topic. Join us now on this fascinating journey as we uncover the history and origins of Goliath's 5 giant brothers. While Goliath is undoubtedly the most well-known giant mentioned in the Holy Scriptures, there remain numerous enigmas surrounding his life, family, and origins. Very few are acquainted with the true account of this fearsome and monstrous giant from the Holy Scriptures. Amidst the intriguing facts and peculiarities about Goliath's life, there exists an aspect that eludes the knowledge of most individuals familiar with his tale, his kin, specifically his brothers of the same lineage. For those unaware, Goliath had approximately 5 brothers belonging to the Rephaim giants, also referred to as Rephate giants. The biblical text discloses that upon receiving news of their fellow kinsman's demise, Goliath of Gath, vanquished by King David, these 5 brothers devised a plan for vengeance against the monarch of Israel. Driven by fury, these 5 giants diligently sought a means to exact revenge and obliterate the existence of the Israelite king. As per certain theorists and experts, one of these giants confronted and engaged in combat with David. However, as we shall explore in greater detail later in the video, this giant ultimately met his demise at the hands of one of David's valiant comrades. The warriors of Israel who represented the people cautioned David against plunging into new wars or battles. They feared that other giants might seek to end his life, leaving him without any support or assistance. According to the biblical account, after the Israelites escaped from slavery in Egypt, they encountered a variety of Canaanite peoples, tribes, and different races of giants in the land of Canaan. These giants were truly remarkable in size, towering at approximately 10 to 15 feet tall and measuring an incredible 6.5 feet in width. One notable example is King Og of Bashan, who stood around 15 feet tall and was 6.5 feet wide. His sheer size was so immense that he required an entire iron bed to accommodate him. He truly resembled a monstrous figure. In addition to the Nephilim and the Antiquians, the Bible also mentions the Rephaim or Rephaims, another ancient tribe of giants. They were known to inhabit the region of Bashan, which corresponds to parts of present-day Jordan and Israel. The term Rephaim can be translated as mighty men or giants. They are mentioned in Deuteronomy, chapter 2, verses 20 to 21, and chapter 3, verse 11, and their kingship is associated with Og, the king of Bashan. The Bible also mentions a group of giants known as the Anakians or Anakims. They were a formidable and tall tribe that inhabited the land of Canaan before Joshua and the Israelites conquered it. In Numbers chapter 13, verse 33, the Hebrew spies reported seeing the sons of Anak as giants, which instilled fear and doubt among the Israelites. According to the Bible, many of the giants and different races of giants who survived or escaped during the conquest by Joshua and the Israelites did so because they were confronted and defeated by the Israelites, resulting in either their death or severe injuries. Most of these giants sought refuge in the regions of Philistia, Mesopotamia, and neighboring lands, while some migrated to Africa. Interestingly, legends about these formidable giants can be found in various regions of the world and among different peoples. This suggests that not only Canaan but also Mesopotamia, Africa, the Americas, Europe, and India were inhabited by giants in ancient times. Now, let's delve into the specific details about each of Goliath's brothers. All of them belonged to the same race of giants. The first brother, named Lami, was just as colossal as Goliath. In 1 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 5, It states the following about Lami. And there was war again with the Philistines, and Elhanan the son of Jair slew Lami, the brother of Goliath the Gittite, the staff of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. In this verse we come across some intriguing details about Lami, Goliath's brother. One fascinating aspect mentioned is the size and weight of his spear, which is compared to a weaver's organ. This comparison implies that Lami's spear was not only massive in length but also incredibly heavy. Lami most likely possessed a stature similar to that of Goliath, or perhaps identical to him. Some sources suggest that Lami stood at around 10 or even 10.5 feet tall. Moving on to the next giant mentioned in the Bible, who was also one of Goliath's brothers from the same giant lineage, we encounter Ishbi-benob. In 2 Samuel 21 verses 16, it is recorded that Ishbi-benob, one of the sons of the Rephaim giants, wielded a bronze spear weighing approximately 300 shekels. This spear was exceptionally weighty, and Ishbi-benob also brandished a colossal sword, indicating his immense size. Some accounts propose that the spearhead alone weighed around 13 to 15 pounds, underscoring its substantial heft. The text describes Ishbi-benob's sword as remarkably sharp and colossal, befitting a giant. This giant, Ishbi-benob, belonging to the same giant lineage as Goliath, sought to harm and potentially kill David. However, Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, and a trusted ally of David, intervened and vanquished Ishbi-benob, ultimately bringing about his demise. It's fascinating to observe that David personally confronted another giant named Ishbi-benob in his second battle against such adversaries. However, David grew weary from the ongoing combat and needed assistance. His nephew Abishai came to his aid and triumphed over Ishbi-benob, who happened to be Goliath's brother as well. Considering the descriptions of the size of Ishbi-benob's weapons and his classification as a giant, it is reasonable to estimate that he stood at a towering height of approximately 9 to 10 feet or even taller. The third brother of Goliath bore the name Saph. He too belonged to the Rephaim race of giants, as mentioned in 2 Samuel chapter 21 verse 18. In another battle against the Philistines, Saph was defeated by Sibbecai the Hushathite, who also vanquished one of the sons of the giant from the Rephaim race. When it comes to Saph's stature, it is highly probable that he shared a similar height with Goliath, possibly slightly shorter or even taller. Saph's height is estimated to be around 6 cubits, which roughly translates to 9 to 10 feet in height. Additionally, according to 2 Samuel 21 verse 19, there was another giant from Gath, of the same race as Goliath, who was also named Goliath, but known as Goliath-Githus. The verse describes the following. There was another battle against the Philistines in Gob, and Elhanan, the son of Jareth the Bethlehemite, struck down Goliath the Gittite, whose spear was like a weaver's beam, similar to one of Goliath's other brothers. This giant also possessed a spear resembling a weaver's beam and likely stood at a towering height of around 10 feet. What adds to the intrigue regarding this giant is the shared name with the Goliath, whom King David confronted and defeated. However, in this instance, he is referred to as Goliath the Gittite, distinguishing him from Goliath of Gath. According to the biblical text, Goliath had 4 known brothers, but the story doesn't end there. There was also a 5th brother who is described as a colossal giant, although his name is not mentioned. 2 Samuel chapter 21 verse 20 provides information about him. It states, "There was another battle in Gath, where there was a giant, a man of great stature, who had 6 toes on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, making a total of 24 toes. He belonged to the group of giants known as the Rephaim. This unnamed giant is depicted with a fearsome and immense stature, possibly surpassing all the giants of King David's time, including Goliath and his brothers. People were captivated by his colossal height, as well as the fact that he had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, totaling 24 fingers in all. He truly was an impressive giant." If you were not previously familiar with the story of Goliath's giant brothers, who belonged to the same race, feel free to share your thoughts below. And if you were already aware, please share your observations in the comments, especially if you would like us to continue this series on giants. I hope you all enjoyed this detailed account of each of these giants. See you soon!